So, Benita, let's talk about a little bit of work that we're doing with this great project called Hope Starts Here, Detroit
Yeah.
Champions for Hope. We got a great group of people that we work with,
Yes, we do.
and we have the privilege of being in what people call a leadership role.
Yes.
I think that our people lead us more than we lead
Yes.
them,
Yeah.
and that's the way it should be.
We have almost 30 community outreach specialists
Right.
who are actually in every community. They're coming back and they're saying, no, community didn't say that. Community said this.
My name is Tamika Davis Shelton. I stay on the northwest side of Detroit. I am actively involved in the community with Hope Starts Here and Detroit Champions of Hope.
My name is Monique Taylor, and I am on the west side of Detroit. And I'm a mother of two sets of twins.
So with Hope Starts Here and Detroit Champions for Hope, we have a great set of community outreach specialists, as well as parents that are involved in the community and in this particular effort. And what we're able to do is have really deliberate and useful, helpful, insightful conversations. And it really allows us to hone in on where voices are not being heard. And it allows us to write letters. It allows us to tap the shoulders of different individuals and officials in order to get these issues heard, get them on the table.
So Detroit Champions of Hope means to me community enacted to do community work. Community who are working together, making things happen that they want to happen, right? It's designed by them for them.
The things that I do with Detroit Champions of Hope is that I show up and I speak up for families, because the children that are coming up behind my children deserve a fair chance.
They are hearing community voice. They are hearing what the word is on the street about coronavirus, about things that happened before coronavirus, about education, about early childhood seats, and they are reporting it back.
A little bit that was going on with me before the pandemic with Detroit Champions of Hope, we have noticed in our communities that it was a lack of food. We were having the poorest selection of fresh fruits and vegetables. We was just showing up and speaking up. We had came together, Detroit Champions of Hope, my team, and we had talked about it with our district leaders and higher ups, and they are making sure that they're making changes in our community.
Before this time called COVID, I was still teaching, and I was a lot more active in the community as far as being able to go out and offer skills, offer connections that really helped energize the advocacy work that we were doing.
Like, this is stuff we've been living. We've been living poor schools, lack of resources in our community, but all of that's been heightened right now. Like our early childhood providers, they're looking for ways for communities to support them, to help them navigate how to get the resources that they need, right?
Right when the pandemic came, I was a parent who could not afford the face mask, but I had to go to my local store. However, the day I went to my local store, the police were there. The storeman received a citation because he let me in the store without a face mask. I went back to my Detroit Champion of Hope family and I let them know. And through that process of me telling my story, now police officers in Detroit have masks on stand. If you're out and about, you can ask them for a face mask.
In order for us to come together, in order for us to make something different happen, we have to do something different.
And a lot of those things we can do if we're active, we're voting, we're knowing what we're voting for. We have to vote in order to make change.
You know, Benita, voting is so important this year. It's so important to us because we got so many things going on in our community. All politics is local. People think that it has to do with the president, and it does.
Yeah.
But it begins locally. What we do in our backyard, in our neighborhoods, in our communities is very important because that's where we live.
And the thing is, like, some people don't see themselves, their vote mattering, right? But your vote matters when we have stadiums that go up and money is allocated, but you didn't vote about where that money goes to.
The next step is participate in the process
Yep,
by
it's some
voting.
action. There has to be a next level.
Next
to it.
level.
Like what next?
Now that I have your attention,
Yep. Now that I have your
now
attention,
that I have
what
your
am
attention,
I willing to change?
I'm going to vote to
Yeah.
make a change, and we're going to put people in office that represent us.
Yes.
In a democracy, we need everybody involved. You know, today the struggles continue. There are still people trying to make it so some people in this country can't vote, especially minorities. And that's why we have to be one step ahead of the people who are trying to prevent us from voting. You can register to vote by going to mvic.sos.state.mi.us. Once you register to vote, you can choose to either vote on election day or vote early. You can request an absentee ballot at the same website. The earlier you request your ballot and the earlier you return it, the better. So if you are going to mail your ballot, you need to mail it early.
We have locations around the city where people can drop off those ballots, and they can drop it off on the same day of the election. You can register to vote on the same day of the election. So there's really no excuse, right? 18 and up needs to vote.
Right.
So if you turn 18 today, you can still vote.
Your vote matters.
If you want some control over your own calm, over your own community, over your own access and peace of mind, then you absolutely have to get involved. You have to vote. You have to show up and show out.
We're not just voting for the president, we're voting for election officials that decides what happens in the schools. Please vote, 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 vote.